So to set the scene, 1990, Saddam Hussein and Iraqi forces invade their neighbor Kuwait, and an international coalition is put together to oust the Iraqis from Kuwait. Now the Iraqi forces, yet although they had a lot of conscripts, they were actually pretty hardened. They had a few really hard regiments that were very experienced. They had Soviet tanks, but they didn't have one key thing. And this was a new technology that today you just take for granted, but they didn't have GPS. So at this time, global positioning system was actually a military technology. It allowed the Allies to know exactly where they were in the desert instead of using landmarks. So the Iraqi forces, they put all of their armor and their stronger brigades towards the obvious routes. And the Allies were roaming through the desert in a massive flanking maneuver to catch the Iraqis off guard. Imagine all this armor, American, British, the Canadians supplied air power and a field hospital. It was a large coalition in the 1990s. So what we're going to see here is the Iraqis are in a defensive position. They do not expect to see the enemy that's going to be coming straight out of the desert and into their flank. So the first vehicles to appear out of the desert sands are the reconnaissance vehicles, or recce. You see a light armored recce, the Ferret scout car, and the Land Rover. So they're out ahead of the main force, looking for the enemy, reporting back on ground conditions. And they come upon the Iraqis. Popping smoke, so the other recce elements can safely get away from these Iraqi forces. So now the Iraqi forces know that something is out there in the desert. Reconnaissance units try not to actually aim the enemy. You can see the Iraqi infantry now taking out the field. British infantry dismount from the M113. The heavy the CBRT. Iraqi armor supplies. Cracked, and now they're fighting with small arms on their vehicle. Absolute surprise by the Allied forces. Armored reconnaissance vehicles that will close against the against the force. It's suppressing the CBRT on the That kind of heavy machine gun can penetrate the light armor. Allied infantry now right in the position of the Iraqis. Some of them are starting to give up. Remember, Saddam Hussein had mostly conscript forces. The Iraqi position completely compromised, completely caught by surprise. All of this fast-moving Allied armor coming from the desert because of their GPS. And that's pretty much how the entire Gulf War went. It was pretty quick. And let's now hear it for the reenactors and our veterans. I hope you enjoyed that tiny show. That was a massive amount of pop and bang.